138 Student Living has completely reversed losses, and in this video we're going to talk about why the stock price has gone from basically $4 per share to now being $8 per share. That's a 100% gain in the span of just 3 weeks. 138 Student Living just reported earnings for the 3-month period ended December 31st, 2019, and the results are absolutely spectacular. So let's take a look at just some of these numbers. So revenues, we have seen the company reporting revenues of 464 million Jamaican dollars for the quarter ended December 31st, 2019, as compared to 223 million for the same period in 2018. Now that's a 108% increase in revenues alone. The company has been able to basically maintain both administrative expenses and interest expenses, the total expenses being around 205 million Jamaican dollars. Profitability, of course, has also been on the increase. The company reported net profits of around $183 million as compared to a $19 million net income for the period ended December 2018. So just to be clear, that's actually profit from operations. So in terms of the operations of the company, and if you guys are not familiar, 138 is the real estate management company that is that currently has the concession agreement with the UWI for the management of the halls of residence on campus. They basically have 4 halls of residence that they're managing, and they also have a subsidiary company called 138 Restoration Limited that is managing the Gerald Layla flats. Profit from operations saw a significant jump for the 3-month period ended December 31st, 2019. The company reported a net profit of $258.94 million for the quarter ended December 31st, 2019, as compared to $19.7 million for the same quarter ended 2018. The company did benefit from a one-off variation claim for 2019 and for the first quarter of 2020. However, even if that is unaccounted for, profitability of the company would have been around $33 million in terms of just profits from operations. So that's actually a good look for the company. Now, the net profit for the company was $182.86 million, which compared very favorably to the net loss of $43.8 million for the same quarter ended a year earlier in 2018. There are still some additional concerns as it relates to 138 Student Living. The first one being that the company is still quite heavily indebted. The current ratio is still below what we would consider like an acceptable range. The company's current ratio is around 0.63. Ideally, we're looking for a current ratio to be within the range of like 1 to 2, meaning that the company would have then been able to adequately cover their short-term expenses or their short-term obligations using their short-term assets. But that's currently not the case. Additionally, 138 Student Living has a significant debt-to-equity ratio. Their current debt-to-equity ratio is about 0.95, which again is a little close for comfort, but the company has demonstrated a better management of its finances, being now able to bring down both their interest payments as well as they are now doing a better job of collecting receivables. Occupancy. 138 Student Living's concession agreement with UWI is structured in a way such that the UWI is supposed to basically guarantee them an occupancy rate of 90%. Up to the last quarter, the company actually recorded an occupancy rate of 99%, and that's expected to continue up until May of 2020 when the semester ends. So that's a really good look. Okay, so with regards to that one-off variation claim, I was hoping that there would be some information in the quarterly statements that would kind of explain that income as well as what we can expect going forward as it relates to the variation claim. However, the opportunity will present itself in that the company's annual general meeting is coming up on Thursday, February 27th, 2020. And so we will get the opportunity to ask management about this claim and what it will mean for the company going forward. Okay, so earlier I spoke about the company's net profit moving to north of $180 million. The stock price as a result has completely recovered, moving from a low of $3 per share in around January of 2020 to now trading north of $8 per share. Just over 3 months ago, the stock was trading actually at around $3 per share. Over the past few weeks, however, the stock price has seen a recovery. The stock closed today, Friday, February 21st, 2020, north of $8 per share, and you can actually see that closing price right here. Now, 138 Students Living stock price has actually gone up just over 100% within the last 3 weeks. Yes, you heard that correct. Last 3 weeks alone, 138 Student Living stock price has gone up over 100%. The stock was trading at around $3 per share just over a month ago. Today, February 21st, 2020, the stock traded north of $8 per share. Investors in the company from over a year ago would have experienced a near 200% increase because the stock price had actually been trading closer to $2 per share as at the last general meeting, which was held towards the end of January in 2019. So that's a remarkable gain, and actually these are the types of companies that I like to invest in. Once I have a full understanding of what the business is, I am happy to take a position in the company once I see the stock price fall well below what the fair value of the company is. At the time in 2019 when we had been talking at the annual general meeting, the company's fair value was closer to $5 per share, yet the stock was trading just above $2 per share. That to me was a buy opportunity then. Now, if you guys want to have a better understanding of the business of 138 Student Living, I had done a 7-pillar analysis of the company on this very channel about 2 years ago, and I will link to that video in the description. I highly recommend watching it. In that video, we talk about the 7 pillars on which we analyze the company. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. Again, thanks for watching, and be sure to click that subscribe button if you guys are visiting for the first time. Also click that thumbs up button, it helps the YouTube algorithm. And of course, if you have any thoughts or comments, I will see you in the comment. One more thing, for full disclosure, I am a shareholder in 138 Student Living. I actually purchased shares in the company back in 2014 when they had their IPO, and I bought both their ordinary shares and their preference shares. I have been holding on to those shares for quite some time. So just for full disclosure. Also, I am not a licensed financial advisor, so everything that I said in this video is strictly for educational and informational purposes and should not be taken as an endorsement or as a recommendation for any particular security or stock that was discussed. Again, if you guys have any thoughts, comments, or questions, be sure to leave them in the comment section below, and as usual, I'll be sure to get back to you. I'll see you guys in the next video.
Oh, you should be trapping.